Hello, friends. Welcome back to episode 22. I'm so excited for this episode, Rach, because today is all about you.
Ta-da!
And I really enjoyed last week's episode.
So fun. I loved interviewing you.
Me too. And I'm dead excited to ask you loads of questions today. I've got some good ones.
Have you got some good ones?
I have.
Oh my God.
I want
Come
to-
on then.
I want to start with this.
Okay.
So, before the money, the team, the network marketing, the fame that's come with it, because you're not just not just a company legend, actually an industry legend now. And before the 160k months that you have in this
Wild.
business
Isn't that wild?
now, who
Shit.
was Rachael Lalji? Because I already know a lot of this, and you've lived such a colourful life even before this big life that you've created now. And I'd love for you to tell us a little bit about old Rach, even before the things that people already know about you. Who were you like growing up?
I was always, do you know what? I've always been the dreamer.
Mm-hmm.
I always had big dreams. And I think that's why I've lived so many colourful lives. And I always say
though.
so many colourful lives. Like, you would think that it was 10 people, not just
Yeah.
one. The amount of things
Things
that
that you've done.
I've pivoted on.
Mhm.
And I've been this and I've been that and I've been here and I've been there. But I was always just a really big dreamer. And I always believed that I could have anything I wanted. I remember being 6 years old and doing a dance competition, and somebody's mum turned around to my mum and just, I would won a load of stuff, and I maybe shouldn't have. The adjudicator, the judge, just took a liking to me. And maybe there were better girls in the competition, but for some reason, I just kept getting placed first. And she turned around, she went, if she fell in shit, she'd come out smelling of roses. And I remember thinking, oh, well, that's okay, because I'll always win. It wasn't meant in a nice way,
Mhm.
but I took it as I can do anything. So I guess before the team and before the marriage and before the kids and before this life, I was just a little girl with really, really big dreams who was told at the age of 6 that no matter what happened, it'd
You'd
be
always
all
come out
right.
okay.
And I built my whole career, my all 10, 15, 20 careers that I've had within my little time frame on this planet with that belief. So when people say, who was Rachael Lalji? I was just a little girl with a big dream.
So, did you ever have then like a breakthrough moment where you were like, something's got to fucking change from where I am? Because for you to pivot as many times as you have into so many different avenues, what was it that made you like run with network marketing? Where you were like, this has got to be the thing.
I think I tried everything else.
I'd ran out of
I'd
possible options.
literally run out of every option. I mean, when you actually understand and see how many lives I lived, I think I was running out of options. But I understood passive income.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the one thing that pushed me into network marketing. I remember sitting down with my husband, and it was just a point, and it was his birthday, and I wanted to buy him something special, and I wasn't working anymore. He was providing, thinking that he was doing the sensible thing, providing for his family, not realizing that I was dying a little bit inside.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I couldn't do something or I had to ask him for money, a little bit of me broke away. It was like he was doing his best, and it was just chipping and chipping and chipping.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it was his birthday, and I wanted to buy him something, and we just had a lot of money. I think we were moving house at the time. So we were saving money, and I said, I'm going to get you a gift, and I'm going to tell you what it is. So I told him, and he went, babe, I don't want anything. I said, but I'd like to buy you. He goes, but it's my money anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
made you
that
feel-
point. And I remember turning around to him saying, do you know what? I'm a great mom, and I'm an okay wife. I don't do the things that wives are meant to do. I don't cook and I don't clean, but you know what?
But let me tell you how I got this ring.
I got my other things going on. Listen, he's never leaving me. Girls got talent. Oh no, now you've lost me.
It's just not in the kitchen or the cleaning department.
not.
That's all you need to know.
I remember saying to him, I'm a great mum. I'm an okay wife, but I want to go back to being an incredible business person, because what I was before I met him was, in all these different colours and seasons, I was a businesswoman.
Mm-hmm.
I was a businesswoman. And that moment when he said, don't get me anything because it's my money. I turned around to him and I said, and I'm going to be a amazing businesswoman. I'm going back to be an amazing businesswoman. I'm going to have it all. And he said really calmly, he went, Rach, you can't have it all. You can have one or the other, choose. And it was him saying to me, choose. And my delulu brain going, I don't have to. And I went out there and I was looking and looking and looking for something that would give me everything. I was like, it exists. You are not telling me you can't have it all. And the one thing that kept coming back to was network marketing. Yeah. And I think that was the catalyst, was like, it has to be network marketing because it's the only business on the planet that allows you to have everything.
And I couldn't agree any more with the statement in my life. Like, it genuinely is the only model that gives you the things that people crave and want. And the other thing that I love about it, Rach, is what you've just said. It's predominantly women. And women are the ones that were told they couldn't have it all for all of that time. And actually, we're here to tell them they can. Let us show you.
That was the breaking point for me. Being told you can't have it all. And I was like, bullshit.
But I can.
Bullshit, watch me.
So, listen, you've got a big empire, you've got 4 kids, you've got a big life, you're just designing your dream home, you've got a husband. Which of all of these causes you the most stress, and why is it Shaq?
I love that, which is, and why is it Shaq?
Definitely Shaq.
It's definitely
Is
Shaq.
it? Yeah.
Why is it Shaq?
Has to be. It's not the kids, it's not the house. It's absolutely.
Is that a
And
question
Shaq,
Shaq,
I love you dearly, but it's 1,000,000% Shaq.
1,000,000% Shaq.
Okay.
1,000,000%. Mindset.
Yeah.
It's mindset. And he is the most support. Listen, I have my business and I have my kid. I call them my kids in my business. I'm nurturing people. I'm helping people. People are growing up with my guidance. I feel like I'm Mama Bear. I'm always like, don't worry, Mama Bear will sort it out. I've got my kids at home. Don't worry, Mama Bear's got this. And then I've got Shaq, who I feel I do energies. And we have this joke, I get into bed on a night and I don't say anything freaking negative to me. And every night I'm like, I'm going to divorce you if you say anything negative. I said, because you're blocking. You know, just open up and everything will come. And then he's there. Ta-da!
He's the brick wall.
I'm like, Shaq, fuck off. I'm just like, He's like, babe. He's in my way. He gets in my way and he doesn't realise he's in my way. I feel like sometimes I've put such positivity out there and then he's like, boing.
Yeah, don't.
But here's a dose of reality for your chick.
Yeah, I don't want that.
I don't want those. I don't want it. I don't live in reality. Reality isn't my reality, babe. And you've got to get over that. So, yeah, the biggest pain in the arse is Shaq. I love him dearly. Like, we have one of the best relationships
on the planet.
On the planet.
You
and
do.
Hands up.
You do.
We do.
You do.
Even no matter what people say, we literally just have the best relationship.
You do.
Because we love a fight and we love a row. But
that's what I love most about you, though. Like, you're never afraid to, both of you, voice your feelings, and it's never a problem. It is done and dealt with there and then. Everyone says what they need to and what they mean, most importantly, and that is the fucking end of it. And I watch this and I'm like, that is the way it should be.
Yeah, but also massive pain in the arse.
Of course.
Because we voice our opinions and because we voice what we feel, he will come in and go, well, that's a load of shit. Just like step away. So yeah, Shaq is my biggest cheerleader and also the biggest pain in the arse in my life.
But we would never change
also
it.
complete opposite to me. So I'm the messy one, he's the clean one. I'm just like crazy ADHD, he's OCD. Yeah. It's like we're opposites attract.
They do.
Opposites attract. So yeah, definitely Shaq is the biggest bane of my life.
And he calms you in a sense as well, like grounds you, doesn't he?
He is so grounding. You know, when I've just been, I said it last week, didn't I? I'll come off of a Zoom with 3,000 people and he's just waiting outside
the energy
door
that you need
with my
to
cup
wrap
of tea and my
in.
Udi, and he just like throws it on me, gives it and picks me up and puts me into bed like a princess. It's like the yin and the yang.
And honestly, it's everything that I will have in my relationship.
You will have it.
I know for a fact I will, because I've watched this and I've gone, that.
It sounds corny, but I wish it on everybody. I truly wish what we have on everybody.
I think the world would be a better place if everyone had a Shaq.
If everybody was married to Shaq.
maybe not everyone. It might get a bit messy.
Listen, be my guest. Whatever.
So listen, what's the biggest misconception that you think people have just about you and your life generally? And you must get a lot of this because, like, my social media has grown rapidly in the last 6 months. It's doubled, tripled, whatever. And the amount of stuff I get into my inbox has been like new for me. You've had a big online platform for a while. I've kind of just seen the amount of crazy that comes in from some people with the misconceptions and opinions. What's the number one thing that you've just repeatedly had about your life and what's visible on social media? Because I know your life and what's visible on social media are two separate things, as you do for mine.
Yeah. The biggest misconception is she only did well because her husband is rich. It's not her money, it's his. I get this all the time. It's okay for you. The biggest one is, but it's okay for you. People just think that, oh, if you have that life, it's okay for you. And they don't understand that I started at 0 and I had to build it up. They didn't see the life before they saw the life. The life wasn't on Instagram before the life was on Instagram. They don't see, I go through exactly the same feelings. I have exactly the same arguments with my husband. I had to build my business exactly the same. Yeah, when I started my business, I had followers, but I still had to work the 7, 8 years.
You had to get the followers.
Get the following.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to take that back. I'm successful because my husband is rich. I am successful because my husband's rich, because he built an empire and he actually has the mindset that I can do whatever I put my mind to. So I'm going to take that back and say that's not a misconception. It's not the reason why you think, but it's part of it. It's not the money, it's the mindset behind the money that he earned. And that's massive. It's environment. I would change that to she's successful because her environment, she's in an environment
enabled her to think she could be.
That enabled her to do that. I also think people think that I have every hour of the day. I mean, when you've got a big team, they don't think you need downtime. I think the misconception of people in my team is that she's always on. She doesn't need to have a minute off. She doesn't need to have a break. She doesn't need to. And also that they're the only people in my team.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people assume that you've not spoken to anybody else the whole day and they don't realise that it's like boom, boom, boom. Well, why can't you see me in like half an hour? Why can't I have a call in half an hour?
And a diary that's full of other things.
Others. And I think a big thing is that we don't have the emotions that you guys have. The biggest thing is that we don't have the feels, and we have all the feels. We may come across...
I think even higher level than a lot of what other people
we don't sit in our bedrooms and have a sob every now and again. It's rare, but I know both me and you have had days where we've just snuggled in.
We've done it consecutively, and we've texted each other, and I've just had a cry.
Yeah,
and you're like, me too, and why? I'm not really entirely sure.
I don't know, but I just had to let it out, and I think people think that we are so secure because we're so delusional and we're so confident, but actually we still have all the feelings that everybody else has, and
it comes with more risk.
Just a mum, and I'm just a person. I've just built this business, and sometimes I stop and go, "Shit, this is bigger than me."
So, I think on that, and this, I've not even wrote this down, but because you've just said it, I think on this is we never, and I know that you don't. We don't actually take stock on what we've done.
Never.
With the events, with the income, with the stages, with the books. We wrote 2 books, mate.
I forget that we wrote 2 books,
and they were both bestsellers. I know, but I forgot about that.
This is where me and you we're very good for each other, but we're also pretty bad for each other
because we just egg each other.
We egg each other on, and me and Leah have this thing where we just go tick, tick. Oh, we just sold 100,000 tickets in 18 minutes to an event. Tick.
Yeah.
And and it's like it's just tick next, and we never sit in the moment because everything is.
There's always something after.
There's always something after, and you're right. We never, ever, ever get to the point where we take stock.
So, are you going to celebrate this next big rank up?
No.
Can you do me and everyone else a favour and set the standard, because it means that maybe when I hit mine. We can actually, not just for one moment, we can look back on everything we've done in the last however many years ago. Actually, what we've done was pretty fucking incredible.
All right, I promise to celebrate it.
Thank you.
But I can't stop.
You don't ever have to stop. But please take 1 or 2 days off And just sit with how much you've done on top of the mum, the wife, and everything you've done in business and are yet to do, because it is fucking incredible, mate. Just for those of you that don't know, Rachel's about to hit a rank in the company that doesn't even exist yet. She's going to be the first one ever in the history of ever to do that, and that's a fucking big deal. And so take a little minute for that.
I will. I promise. I think this is the only one that I really will, because it is such a nobody's ever done it
No,
before.
it's not
I
been
will
done.
be the first
You've
person.
paved the
It's
fucking way.
Paving the way.
You've paved the way.
I'm really out there in the field now going, shit, what happens now? Because nobody's done it.
No.
Up to this point, there has always kind of been something
before.
or somebody, and now we're out there in the
wild. Fending for ourselves.
Like shit.
Yeah, like what is
what now? I will say, when I hear, I will, the first thing I'll call you and go, Leah, what now?
We'll work
What do
that
I
out when
do?
we get there.
What do I do?
We've got loads of shit in the pipeline.
What do I do?
So look, Coach Rach hat on. What's the one thing you would say to somebody that was coming into maybe not just our business, but like the industry generally? Like, what piece of advice do you wish that somebody gave you? Because we were fucking fending for ourselves in the wild, and there was nobody to give us anything really.
Be patient. Patience. I think patience kills so many businesses. People quit before they've done anything. And understand that nothing is handed to you. Like, literally nothing that is worth having comes easy.
I love this saying.
It doesn't. And people are like, but you've done it, so why can't I do it? Like, you do. Again, you missed the first bit. When I came into this business, I'd already done network marketing for 8 years. Failed, bad, never made more than £500.
Yeah.
It sounds ridiculous that my paychecks are now 160 a month, and I never made 160,000.
Yeah, not pounds, guys. Fucking
thousand.
Don't listen to us with the podcast if that's what we're doing.
A month. Can you imagine? I make £160 a month. I've got a wonderful podcast. Follow me for more inspiration.
Financial advice.
Follow me for financial advice. But I did. I never ever. That was one of my highest pay, and that was my highest paid month. Was £500 back in the day, and it's like, I patiently worked for 8 years
so that you could
come in and run. People don't see that. So when they go, oh, well, how long have you been doing network marketing? 6 years. It's not been 6 years. It's been 14 years. In reality.
You've been here for 6.
I've been patient. I was patient until I ran. So the biggest thing that I would say is be patient. And just give yourself a fucking chance. People don't give themselves a chance to win because they give up on themselves. I say to my team, when they come in, I promise you, you will quit on yourself before I quit on you. I will never quit on you.
Yeah.
I promise you. And you can go and you can come back and I will still be here. But I will remind you that it was you that quit on you, not me.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of people going out there on social media and saying, it didn't work. No, you didn't work.
Fact.
And can we normalise this?
Fact.
It works. It works.
100%.
We work with you, but if you're not willing to meet us halfway, you're going to fail. So my biggest advice would be give yourself patience, have some patience, and give yourself a fighting chance. Don't quit.
No, I couldn't agree with anything more, because too many people give up on themselves and the dreams and then blame an entire industry for it.
I even manage expectations now. When they come into my boot camp, I'm like, 80% of you will quit on yourself. I will never quit on yourself. I'll say,
I'll see you on Friday or not, because you won't be here.
We'll see about that, will we? Yeah.
Yeah.
This time next year, how many will still be there? I mean, we only had to look at our boot camps, how they were dropping off throughout the week, and we kept saying, quit on yourself, you've quit on yourself, you've quit on and you've not even started and you've quit on yourself. Just don't freaking quit. Just don't do it. So the only thing that I can guarantee is if you quit, you're going to fail.
1,000,000%.
1,000,000%.
So this leads me nicely on to the next question, which is like, what's the difference between, in your opinion, broke energy and millionaire energy?
I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I had it this morning. I just wanted to let you know I've not been on the radar because of
something.
I'm like, that sounds like just a load of shit excuses. And I'm thinking 8 of the 10 things that you've just told me why you've not been here are also going on in my life, but I didn't tell you that.
Yeah.
I have 8 of those 10 problems that you've just told me, but I didn't use those as an excuse, and I'm still here. So that excuse doesn't go with me. And I do a training where I make all of my top income earners stand up in a room if they've got the same excuse as somebody that's using that excuse to stop them. So I'm like, okay, who's got kids and who hasn't been able to come on a call recently because of something to do with their kids? And the people in the room stand up, and I'm like, sit down, top income earners, who's got kids? 80% of them stand up. And I'm like, not an excuse. And I do it. I'm like, if that person that's earning money has got the same excuse as you, that's not an excuse.
Yeah.
If they're not using your problem as their problem, that's not an excuse. It's a valid excuse. It's an excuse, but it's not a valid excuse.
So Daniel G said something on our call the other day, which was like people will use an excuse, let's say a relationship breakdown, as an excuse for why their business hasn't worked. And he said it's the most common problem on the planet. People are constantly going through a relationship breakdown. If you can't solve that problem for yourself, you will never be able to solve the problem of others. And it made me think the amount of times I've been through a relationship breakdown or the kids, like you've said. But if you can't solve the problems that happen to normal people normally, every day, consistently, how are you going to solve problems for thousands, tens of thousands of people in the industry?
Also, if your normal day problems are problems, how are you going to be able to solve bigger problems? Because my normal day problems aren't problems anymore. When you look at the problems that we have in our business, I'm like, losing 35k in a minute is a problem, right? My kids not getting fed like for half an hour later than they usually would isn't a problem. It's like it's how are you going to rate and rank your problems, and how's that going to affect your business?
So then sticking on the excuses topic then, what's the most ridiculous excuse anyone's ever given you as to like why they've not done what you told them to do or why they wouldn't sign up? And I mean like my cat's got anxiety, so I can't like
my cat's got anxiety.
Stupid, where you're just like, what the actual fuck?
Babe, I've heard them all. I've absolutely heard them all. Like literally, God, excuses. I've had everything from people dying who I know haven't died. It's the lies. It's the lies. I'm sure I know that person and they're still banging alive. I saw them on Instagram last night. Shit, unlucky that you know I know that person. I like that person.
Imagine being that desperate
like,
you fake an entire death.
But of somebody else that we both know. That was probably the wildest one, was a fake death. Children are used all the time.
Yeah.
Work is used all the time. Car problems, massive car problems.
I actually used a car problem.
Did you use a car problem? Don't give me your car problem because your phone connects to your car.
Yeah.
Don't freaking give me a car.
I'm stuck in traffic, so I can't get on Zoom.
Yeah, you can. It's got a link, baby. It's on your phone.
Listen, I got on it eventually, and here I am. But
yeah,
I did use that one.
In ours, because we work in travel, flights are a big one. When I know, I'm just like, that's not an excuse for me. Illness, sickness. I had one person that was like, one person who had gone blind.
Pardon?
They told me
temporarily or forever?
they were dying their own.
Is that a real thing?
I don't know, and it's not funny.
No, was it real? Was it an excuse or?
I don't know, but I didn't
scared
take it.
to do my route.
They were doing a bit of peroxide had got into the eye. She was like, I've gone blind. I can't see the screen, but I'd love to join.
But not right now because I've got no use.
I was like,
wow.
Can I send you to Moorfields? I hope you're at Moorfields right now.
Eye hospital.
Yeah, the eye hospital. Shit, I've had it all. But do you know what? It's not the most stupid. It's the saddest ones. It's the sad excuses when you've told me you're doing this because you want to change your children's lives, and then you're using your children as the excuse.
The reason to not.
You've told me you've got no money, but then you're telling me you can't
because you've got
no money. Mm-hmm. It's the excuses that are cancelling out the change of the life.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to change your kid's life, put them on hold for a minute. Mm-hmm. Like, my kids know that mummy has to work. It's part of what I do, right? I'm not going to use them as an excuse because they're my why. Mm-hmm. And it's not the most ridiculousness. It's the saddest ones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you could be so much more and you just cannot see this.
Yeah.
You're using the exact reason you cried to me on the phone last week as a reason why you're still going to be crying to me the week after and the week after. And we'll still be here this time in 3 years' time and you'll be crying to me telling me that your kids are your why. And I'll say, they're not. They're not. because if they were, you would have done something about it, and you wouldn't tell me that you can't get on tonight because of your kids.
Yeah. It'd be a reason to do it rather than a reason to not.
Surely.
So the next thing I want to ask is, and I think people like always want to know the answer to this because some people are starting from zero. So let's say you had to start again from scratch today. You've never done network marketing before. You've got no social media following. What would you do to get into the position that you're in now as quick as possible?
Right. First thing I do is I decide what my mission was and what my message was. I'd have one mission and one message. I'd create a social media page and I'd start to build a personal brand where I would tell people why I'm here and what I do. And that would be my absolute start. I would take a stance and I would create my brand. I wouldn't talk about products. I wouldn't talk about business. I would talk about me and what my mission is and what I do. I would then go out and speak to as many people as I can because all business is conversation. And if I had to start again from scratch, it would be get my face out there, get face on, let people know who I am, let people know what I do, let people know how I'm going to help them. And then I would go and tell them. I would reach out to as many souls as possible. And when you're doing that consistently, the rest just follows. But that's the bit that people don't do in social.
No.
That's what people don't do. I don't have a social media.
Build one. Start.
I don't have a brand. Build one.
Yep. Start.
I'm scared to get out on social media. Yeah, me too. I was, but now look at us. Right? Do it. Do it scared. Do it messy. Do it wrong. But do it. My whole thing, just do it. Whatever you want, do it. Stop thinking about it. I wouldn't think about it. I think so many people, when they're starting something
Think
new,
themselves out of it.
I would stop. I would turn my brain off. But we're living in 2025, okay? You've got the biggest free sales platform available to you with all your audience already sitting there. This is worth millions. Your phone is worth millions. If you can learn how to utilize the thing that you're looking at for probably 16 hours a day and use it how it was really designed to be used, i.e. communication. A phone is a communication tool and we're not using it to communicate. We're using it to show off. Communicate. We're showing it for likes and ego.
Yep.
Use it for good, to help people, to share things that are going to help people. And in turn, you're going to build your brand, you're going to build your business. If I started again today, I would put money on it that I could get to 0 to 100K in a year.
I
12
have
months.
no doubt.
No doubt I could go from 0 to 100K in a brand new business
if you didn't have the influence with no social media followers, I guarantee that you could. Why? Because I did it with no experience.
Yeah, because there's a blueprint and there's a formula to do it. People just don't want to follow the formula.
Yeah.
They say they're following it and then they don't do it. And
they won't do it enough.
They won't do it enough. So I would just follow that. I would find somebody that's done it before and I would literally flag them. I call it flagging.
Yeah.
Flag that person that's done it before, flag them and just copy everything that they have done. Everything. All we're saying in our business is copy us. I don't care. Copy us. Oh, but copy us. Go back through my social media to when I started. You can see when I started.
Yeah.
It's quite clear when I created a brand. Go back to the beginning, scroll down my social media and just copy everything that I did.
And make it.
You can't fail.
Your spin on it.
You can't fail because it's been done. Add your personal brand to it. Add your personal touch, but copy it. Copy it. It's already been done.
That is such powerful advice, and I actually really hope that somebody takes something and does something with that because they forget that you started at 0.
Nothing.
And that a lot of them are starting at 0.
In fact, when I started my Instagram, I purposely didn't delete my old photos so that one day I can say to somebody, go back to look at how dodgy my Instagram
everything was before that.
Right? If you've got an hour of your day, because it'll probably take you that long to scroll back to the beginning. Scroll back to the beginning of my Instagram and see how it was awful. It was awful. It was so bad.
Mine was though. I used to have pictures of like Yorkshire puddings on there and stuff. What the fuck? Nobody cares.
I think mine was just like.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, boobs and butt. Like literally.
I still am.
I didn't say anything. I mean, you're just boobs and butt now, but I was like, no, I was literally just, here's a tip. It's a it.
Good morning. That's a boob.
Good morning, tits. But it was so bad. There was no message. It was just
No mission or
it
message.
was a pointless,
Just tits.
pointless picture of my tits. Like what? Like, but I've left it on there so that hopefully one day somebody goes, I wonder where she started, and they scroll all the way back and they can see the change and the day that I made the decision. You can see the day I made the decision.
Yeah.
It's easy. The day I went serious. And I even get people in my inbox now going, gosh, I remember the day that you switched. I went, switched what? And they went from just being like that mum page to that like inspirational page. People notice it.
Yeah, of course they do, especially if they were there with you before the rebrand.
Been on
And
the
I think the point
journey,
of what you've just said is you can rebrand at any time, and if you stick to it, it'll gain traction. There's people out there that are looking for all different kinds of random shit. So I think the next thing that I want to ask is, what has money taught you that has been pivotal since you've had it and lost it and got it back? What have you learned about having money?
Money doesn't make you happy, but it gives you the option to be happy.
And people
Money
think
alone won't make you happy because you can be sitting in a big house very alone and miserable. I've seen a lot of miserable millionaires, but what it does is it gives you an option to invest. It gives you platforms where you can meet other people. Money is a tool that will take you to where you want to be. It's not the destination.
No.
I think some people just want the money. I'll be happy when I'm rich. I'll be happy when I'm earning 200K a month. I'll be happy when I hit the million. Well, you won't be happy if you don't know what to do with it.
And if you're not happy internally,
and
it's an inside job.
But it also allows you to be happy internally because you find your people.
Yeah.
You find your people. Money will get you out of situations where you're stuck. It will get you out of environments, but it isn't the destination. It's just the start. It's a tool to step out of the environments that you're in. Like I say, we joked about join the force, get a divorce. Money hasn't made these girls happy. Money has given them the tool to be able to
get
leave
into something that will make them happier.
that they were stuck in.
So true.
Yeah, it wasn't the money.
And I think it's why we see this so often in network marketing. We got told that there was just that life available, and suddenly we realised actually there wasn't. And those things that we settled for now don't fit in with everything else. And it's why I love the industry so much, not because it causes problems, but because it's actually solving ones that you were avoiding for a long time. And I think the thing about money is it makes you more of what you already were. So if you are kind, you can be more kind. And if you're a twat, you're going to be a bigger twat.
I love that. And
with money.
So
it is,
true.
Isn't it?
It's so true. It's how you use it. It is how you use it. And for me, and
you do so many nice things as well. Like, and I don't think you've ever told people.
No, I don't tell people what.
But I would like you to.
So I've never spoken about this.
Have you not?
No,
I know about this, and I love this.
Some people that follow me on Instagram, every so often I'll put like a little picture up of school children here, there, and everywhere. But me and Shaq have big charities and we're very charitable. You know, he's very like he was the person that turned me into the charitable person. I've always wanted to help people, but he really had, from him having money, he had access to things. So we actually run schools. We have 2 schools in Kenya and we have a school in Tanzania, in Zanzibar, and we basically, between me and Shaq, we fund the schools and we fund children and get them out of areas and put them through university because these kids don't have any choice. They don't have any options. And we travelled out with our children a few years back and I was in the school and Shaq got up in front of the class. And I think usually when people come and they're just like, oh, let's take a picture for social media, Shaq actually got up and decided to take a class. And I was like, well, I don't know if we're meant to do. And everybody's like, oh. And he actually stood up in front of these children and he asked each and every one of them what their dream was. And they all had really big dreams. One wanted to be a doctor. One wanted to be a journalist for the BBC because he'd seen it on something.
Aww.
Didn't even know what the BBC was. But he was just like, I heard that it's like, if you're going to be a journalist, you've got to be a journalist for the BBC. And Shaq went, I want to put those kids through school. And then they were just like, there's so many more. So we now fund the 3 schools in Africa and Zanzibar. And I get little messages every single week and I get pictures and I get videos. They're like my babies. They're honestly, they're like my babies. But I don't throw it around social media because I think that's something that's personal to us and it's something that
You've done because you've got money and you can be more of who you are, which is
Yeah.
kind and helpful
Yeah.
and gracious, which is why you don't plaster it all over social media.
No.
But just to prove the point of when you've got more, you can be more and give more, because that's exactly what you guys have done
Yeah.
and will continue to do.
Yeah.
And speaking of kids, because obviously you have 4 of your own on top of all of the lovely ones that you help out in Africa, but what's the most humbling thing? And I think I can already guess who said it. One of your kids has said to you about what you do.
Tandy. She's the one that's most sensitive. It's just when she says thank you.
Oh,
Do you know what the most humbling thing is? When your child can look you in the eye and say, thank you, mummy.
for letting me live out
Just
my
thank
dreams.
you. Thank you for this. Thank you for letting me live my dreams. There's a lot of times I don't get any thanks. And anybody that's a mum out there understands that thank yous are heartfelt thank yous.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that get you. And it's really humbling when sometimes it's not something that's been said to me. I sometimes walk past their bedrooms and I can hear them saying, you know, oh, my mummy did this, oh, my mummy does that, and my mummy did this. And it's what they say when you're out of earshot.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll just catch it. Even Jasmine, sometimes, because my mum's gone to Vegas because, you know, she's like this awesome like speaker. And I'm just like,
Proud mum moment.
and then the door opens and she's like, what?
Yeah. And then she goes
What?
back into difficult
And she's like,
teenager mode.
Mum, just like. And then she slams the door and she's like, yeah, because my mum's like so cool.
I love that. I absolutely love it. So speaking about you as a younger child then, if you were Tandy's age and you could meet yourself now, what would you think of yourself?
Oh,
Would you think you were the coolest person on the planet? Because I
don't
would.
know, would you? I don't know.
What would you say to yourself? Like,
I would say you were right. Because I take it back to the beginning. I was just a little girl with big dreams. I would go back and say, you're right. You were right.
you can do everything.
You can, yeah. It's that. I think we all grow up with dreams, and I do I do a training like Be More 3 where we have the dreams and we have the aspirations, and we're going to be anything, and then it's knocked out of us at some point. You know, if I was to go back to that person, I'd be like, don't listen to them. They're lying.
Yeah.
You're
They're
right.
trying to keep you small.
Yeah, don't listen. Whatever they tell you, it's a lie. You're right. You can be anything, and you can be a mermaid, and you can be a princess, and you can be an astronaut. Whatever the fuck you want to be, don't let them tell you that
Otherwise,
you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so with your name now, your name's a brand in the industry on socials. What words would you like to associate with the feeling that you give somebody when they hear your name, a woman?
I would love when people say my name, I'd love people to say she believes in us. I say it to my team all the time, I believe in you. Because a lot of people have never been told that. Nobody's ever said to them, I believe in you. And on my gravestone, I'd love it. She believed in them.
I love that.
Every single one of them. And I say it I believe in all of my team. I'm like, I will believe in you until you prove me wrong.
And I actually feel that about you because we text, I'm probably worse for this, but I will text you the most fucking random, crazy shit.
And I go with it, don't I?
I did it last night. We're buying a house together.
I'm fully on board.
And I was like, but this, because I am a crazy ideas
Let's talk
machine.
about what happened last night. Leah's gone to me. Rachel, I don't know how much liquid you've got.
Yeah.
And I'm like, liquid? She went, yeah, cash. She goes, I don't know how much you've got. She goes, but I've got an idea. I was like, go on then. And then she sent me this house.
I
And she
filled
went,
out a full business
she goes,
proposal
it's a
at
full,
10 p.m.
she literally like wrote this house. We're buying a house. It's a business. And it's like, come in with this. And my genuine was, yeah.
You just go. So I believe in me anyway.
Just-
but then you like validate anything
it.
that I've just.
Why not?
And we priced up buying a plane and renting it out.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks ago, and I text you all of that. So like full business models. So I believe in me so much. Then I text you, and you just like triple believe in me. And so then we just do the things because of the level of belief that you have in me as well.
But imagine.
And so that is what I associate your name with.
We're Delulu in it. Like, we're not Delulu because it will happen. We'll have a plane and we'll have the house and we'll have that, right? That's like freaking tick. Like, this is what we do, tick.
Tick, tick.
We won't even think about it. We'll be on the plane. Shit, we bought it. Yeah, amazing, tick. And what's next? A yacht? This
No,
is the kind
because of the
shit.
mooring
No,
cost.
because the mooring. I did say no to that. I did say no to a boat.
We'll
She
just
went,
charter a
babe,
boat.
we're gonna buy like a yacht, and I went, no, we're not actually gonna do that.
Too
because
expensive
it's
to
too
moor.
It's too expensive to moor.
I was like, okay.
And that's the only time I've ever turned
She
you
didn't
down.
say no to the plane, though.
I didn't say no to the plane. But what if you could put the belief that I'm giving you
Into others.
on this into your normal mum that's never been told that she can be anything, to your normal, your 21-year-old that's just come out of college and doesn't know where they're going and has been told it's a tough world out there. Like, what if one person could just say, I believe in you?
Mhm.
That's the difference between somebody sitting here like us and somebody
Actually doing something.
Yeah.
Because somebody's finally told them, you can do this.
Yeah.
You can be anything.
Yeah.
And I do feel like that is what your name is very much associated with. And so to close out, for the final question, I want to ask you the one that you asked me last week, because I thought it was great. So you asked me if we were to get your life a movie,
Oh,
what would the title be called? Who would play you? And what would the closing line to end the film be?
so I'm going to go backwards. No, I'm not. What would the title be? Yes, you can.
Oh, yes, I love this.
Margot Robbie.
Yes! Yes, babe! Yes, babe!
And the
Closing
and the closing
line.
line, because she believed she could.
Oh! Yes! Love this. That was my favourite episode ever. Guys,
Love you.
that was all about Rachael Lalji for episode 22. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Bye, friends.
Bye, friends.